Let's talk about what's going on overall in markets right now and some of the highlights. Jared Blikre with us now. So as we talked about, record for the S&P, record for the Nasdaq.
That's right. And I got some more records to share with you. There's so many, almost hard to get to. Let's not forget the transports as well. Dow Transportation Index at a record high along with UPS. But let's check out the indices first, because we got the Dow up about 0.4%, S&P 500 up 0.75%, the Nasdaq up almost 1%, and the Russell 2000 up 0.5%. And yes, NASDAQ record high. First time we've seen or been able to talk about that for about 2 months, mid-February. And Facebook just knocking it out of the park once again. Alphabet really set the bar high a couple days ago, Wednesday afternoon. And guess what? Or excuse me, I guess it was Tuesday afternoon. And guess what? Facebook and Apple playing catch up here. And lots of record highs to go around. Apple not there quite yet, but up over 1%. Amazon up over 1%, going to report after the bell. And a lot of these big movers here are earnings stories. So just going over them quickly. You were talking about Qualcomm, but that's also at a record high. Moderna, Comcast, not all of those are earnings stories, but eBay was a disappointment. And so we're seeing finally some bigger movements in the earnings, in the companies that are reporting earnings. Now, this is one of those high flyers that was kind of stalling out recently. You can see it's been kind of treading water since about February. So a lot of these stories, a lot of these earnings stories are, when you put them in the context of charts, let me put it this way, they're trying to break out of a range. And some of these companies are able to do that, some are not. But I'll tell you another thing. The economy is really gearing up towards reopening. I think I can't stress enough how important it is for New York City as a bellwether to be opening up on July 1st. There's going to be a lot of celebrations. And you just look at what's happening in the travel space here. Norwegian Cruise Lines up 5%, Carnival up 3%. Delta Airlines up not quite 1%, but really seeing some movement here over the last few weeks in a lot of these stocks. So here's a trailing 1 month chart of Norwegian back up to these highs right here. And just thinking about the reopening, that's right before July 4th. So there's probably going to be huge national parades and openings. And is that going to be a top? Is that going to be sell the news? I don't know about that. But I think there's going to be a lot more excitement and buildup going into that time frame. So, we could have some pullbacks in the markets, and that happens from time to time. But things are still looking pretty bullish right now as we sit at record highs. And by the way, Fed Chair Jerome Powell, he's pumping the juice too. He's not even thinking about making things worse or taking away that punch bowl, guys.
Not too concerned about froth, as evidenced by gains we have seen in stuff like Dogecoin. We're going to talk to Brian Chung about that a little bit later. He asked the Fed chair about that. Thanks, Jared. Appreciate it. Yes.
I just want to say Brian Chung, his response or Powell's response moved the market yesterday. That was the biggest selling program that we saw yesterday in the FOMC meeting. And that was a response to Brian Chung's question.
Amazing. Good stuff on the part of our Brian Chung, which we're going to talk to him about in just a bit. Thank you for highlighting that, Jared. Worth definitely mentioning.